Man, what did I sign up for? At this point, bagging the mags is in full effect. Episode 1 was a success. Shout out to Jeremy and Jeff for buying both Killshots and the Monarch Jordan 4s. Because of you guys, there is now an episode 2, and at this point, there is no going back. I started out with $100, turned it to $400. With that money, I went back to the clearance store to reinvest it. All in all, I spent about $260 at the clearance store. I bought 3 pairs of the Nike Monarchs and 2 pairs of the Jordan 2 UNC to Chicago's. I was looking for a size 8.5 in these, however I couldn't find them at the store, so I went on eBay and found a pair for $70 brand new. That's just $10 more than I would have spent at Nike. Altogether, I'm invested $330. I still have $70 for the next project. The goal now is to turn all of this into over $1,000. At the Nike clearance store, I'm like a kid at a candy store. You just never know what you're gonna find. However, there is never a shortage of these Monarchs. They always have them in random sizes for a standard fee of $40. You can't beat that. As I was looking around, I also noticed they had these Jordan 2 and 3s for $60, super cheap as well. I am a big fan of these midsoles and soles. The colorway would look nice on this Monarch upper. After seeing all the positive feedback from the Monarch Jordan 4 on Instagram and YouTube, I figured I should piggyback off the last project and execute the Jordan 3 sole. There's a good chance it could look as good as that one, or I might have messed up and went with the 3 sole when I could have played it even safer and gone with the Jordan 4 sole again. We're gonna find out in this video. The next step is to get everything ready to start taking everything apart. Let's get to it. Now the idea for this project is to do the same custom but in 3 different sizes. That way, if you guys want to purchase, you have a good chance of getting them in your size. Now I'm going to be spending hours taking all of the shoes apart. I just got to start somewhere. I'm going to start with the Monarchs. Just one shoe, heat gun, screwdriver, and tape. I'm going to unlace the shoe, get the insole out of the way in just a second. Then I'm going to start ripping off this entire sole to get it ready for the Jordan 3 sole. For the opposite sneakers, we're gonna save the soles and destroy the uppers. The best way to do that is with some acetone and a Ziploc so we can break down the glue the fastest. Stage 1 of this process is complete. For the Monarch, we got the sole off without damaging the upper, and for this one, we got the upper off without damaging the sole. Now before we can come close to attaching these together, we've gotta do some prep work. Real quick, let's see what this looks like. Gotta use your imagination, obviously. It's not quite there, but this has potential. The black midsole with the white and red is gonna complement the upper nicely. However, just by looking at it, there is a lot of black going on. We're gonna have to figure something out later on. For now, we're gonna move on to the dremeling. We gotta dremel all the old midsole off the upper and all the old glue off the sole before we can start bonding it together. So far with this project, everything's turning out nice. For the Jordan 3 sole, we got it all prepped. For the upper on the Monarch, same exact thing. Now at this point, I'm pretty close to attaching both parts, but we still need to do some prep work in order for this sole to fit on this upper. First, I'm gonna lay this upper on the sole, just like this. Pretty cool so far. Next, I'm gonna press down on some areas because I wanna cover up the original glue line from the original sole, such as this back area right here. There's a little bit showing. Same exact thing right here on the side. This toe piece right here is not gonna get covered up by the toe cap from the Jordan 3 sole, so we're gonna have to get creative with that part. But for the most part, this upper should fit pretty nicely on this Jordan 3 sole. In order to create some perfect glue lines all around, I'm gonna be using a heat removable pen. I'm gonna trace it. Once I'm good with that, I'll do some dremeling. All right, so for this step, it's very important to use a heat removable pen. You don't wanna use the regular one. For example, let's say I make a quick mistake and get some ink on an area I don't want. All I gotta do is grab a heat gun, apply some heat, and the ink goes away. With the regular pen, you can't do that. All right, I'm feeling pretty confident with this new glue line. Everything's symmetrical all around. Now this next step, we gotta do some dremeling. We only have one shot at this. I gotta make sure I dremel right underneath the line. If I go over, it's gonna be really hard to cover up with the new sole. Now I'm all done with the prep work on the upper and the Jordan 3 sole. Before I start bonding both parts together, there's one thing I wanna do. As far as this midsole goes, I don't mind it. It has a nice clean look to it, all black. It goes nicely with the toe cap. However, I feel like it's a little boring right now. I do wanna give it a paint job. I don't want to overdo it and spend hours doing this step. The one thing I am going to do is just replace the color on this top portion of the Jordan 3 midsole. First, I'm going to be using some 400 grit sandpaper to remove the factory finish. Afterwards, we'll tape it off to lay down some paint. Good with that step, that's going to help the paint adhere to the midsole. Now for the taping step, I like to use Scotch tape, and I like to only use 3 pieces if possible, 1 for each side and 1 long one to get a straight line. Now for this paint job, I am going to be laying down some white to cover up this top portion of the black. I've never done this type of paint job before. Normally it's always like this, white on the bottom, black on top. In this situation, I'm gonna flip it, white on the top, black on the bottom. We'll see what it looks like. All right, white looks solid. Let's see what it looks like. Not bad. It's different, but clean. Some touches are needed, but we're getting there. So I'm all done with the midsole repaint. Originally, I was gonna have the white cut off right here. Once I removed the tape, I realized it didn't look good. That's probably why I've never seen this color combo, white on the top and black all around. It just doesn't look right. So instead of removing it all off and starting from scratch, I added the white on this portion over here. In my opinion, it looks a lot more complete. Nice clean lines all around. Once that upper's on there, it's gonna look a lot better. I also went ahead and did some work off camera. Right here on all the Monarchs, the original toe cap went over on the black leather. The sole on the Jordan 3 could not cover it up. So I added a little piece to cover up that piece, just like I did with the Jordan 4 and Monarch, but this time I did it with some black leather and a slightly different shape. Now the next step is to lay down a bunch of glue. As always, I'll be using Bar Super Stick. For this, I'm gonna step outside, so in just a moment, we'll come back so we can bond everything together. To make sure the glue job comes out perfect, I always make sure everything's lined up so I can start bonding from the front, then the back. And after that, I just bond the rest of the sides. The key is to take your time and use very little heat to bond. All 3 pairs of the first ever Monarch Jordan 3s are fully complete. Not gonna lie, these took a lot of work, but I'm extremely proud on how they turned out. I thought these were not gonna touch the Jordan 4 Monarch, but after looking at them laced up, these look freaking good. I'm really glad that I added the white on this portion. That entire white strip goes nicely with the upper in my opinion. On the opposite side, it cuts off right here. Now that I know that the Monarch works great on so many different soles, I'll definitely be using this upper on future projects. For now, I definitely gotta focus on selling all 3 pairs of shoes. We did a great job with episode 1. These are a size 8.5, size 10, and 11.5. All 3 pairs are for sale right now at shoeminator.com. Don't sleep. The last time both pairs sold under 30 minutes, I have a feeling all of these are gonna sell out pretty quick. So don't miss your chance on owning a one-of-one Vick Almighty custom. Trust me, you guys, I'm never gonna make these again. Plus, you're gonna help me get to my goal of bagging the mags. This is Vick Almighty. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next Vicks flip to see if I turn these into a profit. Catch you guys next time.